What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Golden Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it's to talk about Arsenal versus Everton. Gosh, I even forgot the name for a second. At the Emirates. And it's going to be an interesting game given that we beat them at the Emirates earlier this year in February, 5-1. We actually smoked them motherfuckers. We smoked them. Yeah, and to be honest with you, performed really well. And Ramsey got himself a fucking hat-trick, which is like an unheard of thing. But anyway, let's talk about the game itself. So, obviously following on from our 4-2 victory against Vorskla, a game I actually attended, you know, I think the team are on a little bit of a run. They've won their last 4 games in all competitions. So, is it in all competitions or is it 5 in all competitions? Let me just think. West Ham, Cardiff, Newcastle, Vorskla. Yeah, 4 in all competitions. So yeah, to me, it's just about keeping the run going, keeping the momentum going. And who knows, maybe one of these days we might be able to get a fucking clean sheet. But, you know, first things first, quite frankly, I couldn't care less if it's 5-4 as long as we win. I think we're firmly in that mode. It's almost, if we're having to outscore teams to secure the victory, fine. Just let's get over that line. And to me, you're facing an Everton team who are not in the most fluent of form, shall we say. I think initially they started to find their feet, and then out of nowhere, they lost 3-1 to West Ham at home. So this Everton team can be got at. We tend to have generally a pretty good record against Everton at home. We've won the last 3 games there. I would expect us to win again. Pretty comfortably, to be honest. And I quite like Marco Silva as a manager. But he's a new manager trying to eradicate them Sam Allardyce long ball bullshit tactics. It's going to take some time. They spent a lot of money. I still don't necessarily think the most sensibly. But I believe that they'll be boosted by the return of Richarlison, who, to be fair, prior to getting suspended for being stupidly sent off, he was in very good form. So with him coming back to the team, that will just give him an added little boost because he is an attacking threat. And he's someone our defence is going to need to watch out for. Nonetheless, this would be the hopeful 11 that I would take into that game. So the goalkeeper, now this presents an interesting problem because I don't necessarily think Leno did much wrong. I've heard people ridiculously criticise the fact that he conceded 2 goals. And as I said in my match ratings and my review, I don't think there was a lot he could have done. Nonetheless, I stick with Chig. Let me tell you why. Because I've been to and froing with this. I do get people's concerns here. But to be honest with you, Chig ain't done a lot wrong. Yes, he can't play the ball out from his feet, but I think that's more for the manager to really sort out. You know, if the guy can't do what you want him to do, don't necessarily, you know, maybe we shouldn't go to that tactic. Maybe there shouldn't be so much pressure on him to play to his weaknesses. To me, I think that's a dangerous ploy, particularly against someone like a Richarlison, which is probably even more reason why you don't play Chig in this game. Having said that, you know, I'm not necessarily one for statistics, but the guy has saved a lot of fucking attempts on goal. And I just feel like we haven't quite yet made Leno work. It's harsh on Leno because he's not getting a lot of games at the moment. But, you know, we're coming into the point of the season where we're playing a lot of Europa League games, a lot of League Cup games, and those are the opportunities I expect Leno to get. So with that being said, for me, I play Petr Cech in goal. On the right-hand side, I was very disappointed with Lichtsteiner. Watching him live, I was expecting him to do a lot better. I thought he started the game quite well. And then as the game went on, just faded more and more. To me, I personally would play Hector Bellerin. I never thought I'd say that, but play Hector Bellerin, and he's getting there. Slowly but surely, Zoolander is getting there, so we'll see. Let's see if he continues to improve. So for that reason, Hector Bellerin starts in my team. Next to him, I play Socrates. Giving Socrates a lot, I was very surprised he started against Forskla. But the guy's in such good form, I think you just keep playing him. I do agree with what people are saying. I actually think he is making Mustafi play better. I still don't think Mustafi will prove to be anything but an okay player at the very best. Having said all of that, I think you don't split up this partnership, which is why I play Socrates and why I'll also play Mustafi. I think, I'm a big critic of Mustafi. I didn't think he had a great game against Newcastle, but I thought he had a very good game against Cardiff, and that just seems to be the way Mustafi's game seems to be operating at the moment, which means, theoretically, we're due a good performance against Everton. So, and bar Richarlison and arguably Walcott, but I don't think Walcott will have the intelligence to use his pace against Mustafi and cause him that many problems. I fully expect that they will operate and play well. I don't see a lot of overall threat from Everton, really, apart from Richarlison. So I'd play those two. Nacho Monreal, because he's our only fit left back. I think he's been okay this season, but I definitely have noticed a drop-off from last season. Solid, just a bit unspectacular at the moment. And to me, he's dropped from an average of a guy who was always a 7, or last season, to be fair, was a lot of the time an 8. Is now more of a 7, 6 at the moment. But you know what? He was all right against Forskla. He was all right against Newcastle. Play him. Let's see what happens. In the middle, so let's see if we can race through this quickly. I would play Xhaka. Granit Xhaka, I thought he played extremely well against Newcastle. Very, very well. And I think for me, he deserves to start. Keep the guy's confidence up. Play him. So Granit Xhaka plays. Now, this is all dependent on whether Torreira is fit. If Torreira is fit, play him. If not, I like Guendouzi. I'd be tempted to drop him. Just for the sake of making Xhaka play and just stick someone like an El Nene there. I don't see that happening. I see Guendouzi playing. And to be fair to Guendouzi, I didn't think he did a lot wrong against Newcastle. So it'd be harsh on him to drop him. So you can make an argument for or against it. To me, I would... on the balance, maybe I would probably start Guendouzi. Just tell him to do a holding job, and let Xhaka do whatever Xhaka does. So that would be my 2 in the middle. My 3 across the centre, real quick. For me, I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil to start. Some said that I was a little bit harsh on him in my points section because he did score. I didn't see him really shape or influence the game a lot for me, and that's the only reason that I was reluctant to give him too high points. Having said that, I'd start him in this game. I thought Mkhitaryan did okay, but he doesn't get in my starting lineup. To me personally, I know he'll start Ramsey. Me, I don't start Ramsey, not in this game. I play Iwobi. I thought Iwobi did excellently on Wednesday. Has been in good form generally this season so far. Hope he keeps it up. And to me, I think you reward the kid by playing him in what I see to be his right position. So I play Alex Iwobi. On the left-hand side, I play Aubameyang. I know that people are a little bit worried about whether or not he can play left wing. But it's all about what do you do with this guy, because he can't play up front by himself, apparently. He can't play on the left So where do you play him? As a second striker? Yeah, great. But Emre's not ever going to do that. So to me, this is the closest compromise you make. So I continue with Aubameyang on the left and Lacazette up top. To me, Lacazette has been in very good form so far this season. I think it's really starting to adapt to the physical demands of the Premier League. Really in pitbull terrier mode most of the time, and I love it. And I expect him to do something in this game. And truth be told, he's my Premier League captain. So I'm hoping he does some shit. I'm hoping he does something fucking tomorrow, but we'll see. But yeah, for me, Lacazette up top. Hopefully he can just make something happen and absolutely bang in a few goals against an Everton defence, which is pretty much as bad as ours. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think. What would your hopeful 1 to 11s be? Please leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, crush, destroy, drop kick, fly elbow, people's elbow the shit out of that like button. I appreciate it every time you guys do that. And also, if you're listening to me first time, hit the subscribe button. Right, I better go and prepare. We've got a few things to do today involving the boxing, so I've got to get going. But you guys enjoy yourself. I'll be back a bit later on to do the review of the AJ versus Povetkin fight. Hopefully I'm talking about an AJ win, but you never know. And then tomorrow I'll be back to do a review of the Arsenal versus Everton game, where I'll probably have a guest on for that. All right, people, I'm out there. Take care.